Oh, hey guys. So I kind of gave up last year on the hair tutorials on YouTube, but here I am. Well, first of all, don't mind my voice. I'm like deathly sick, but Rock on the Range is this weekend. Honestly, by the time I post this video, it'll probably have passed already, but I did a poll on Twitter about whether I should have my hair silver or purple or both for Rock on the Range. Most people on Twitter said silver, most people on Instagram said purple. I really wanted everybody to say both anyway because I wanted to try to do like an ombre. The reason I'm making this is because I tried really hard to find videos of people doing like a silver into purple ombre, but it's usually the opposite. It's usually like the color melted purple root at the top into the silver at the bottom. So since there's like no videos of what I wanted to do, I'm gonna document myself doing it. Can't guarantee it's gonna come out good, but I did go to Sally's and ask the people, and they gave me all their advice, and I have a ton of stuff in my bathroom right now. My hair has been highlighted a few times. My friend's been doing it for me. It's like it started to grow out here, and there's a lot of still really like brassy darker pieces in here, and if I don't get rid of them, then the silver is not going to take, and then it'll just look like really gross to have a million trashy different colors in my hair. So I'm going to bleach it and get them to this color because this color is pretty white enough to do everything that I want to do with it. It takes really well. So I just need to get everything as even as possible. For the purple, I have the Manic in Ultraviolet. I wanted the Ultraviolet instead of the Purple Haze because it has more blue undertones, so it'll go with the silver and the purple more. And then just like a plain cheap white conditioner to mix with the purple so that it's not overwhelmingly vibrant because I don't want it to be. A bunch of developers, I mean, you know, these are 3010. The Wella 050 in Cooling Violet. The T18 is lightest ash blonde. I usually use this to tone my hair to get it like kind of white, but if you leave it on longer, like really long, it gives it more of a silver color. So the guy at the store said equal parts of the 050 and the T18. So I think I'm just gonna use half of each bottle, and with, you know, the regular volume that I would use, which is 10, because I don't really want it to lift. I don't want it to be too light. Some gloves, 2 things of bleach. They said that this is less abrasive on your hair, so I got 2 packets because my hair is kind of thick. And a bowl and a mixing brush, and my bathroom's a mess. And make sure that you take everything out that you don't want to possibly get stained, because it will. So yeah, I guess we'll get started with the bleaching. I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. Also, highly recommend getting a rat tail comb with like a really thin metal piece at the end because it's easier for like sectioning off. Definitely use gloves. You don't want to bleach your hands.
So as you can see, what I'm doing here is basically just going over the darker and brassier sections of my hair with the bleach in a balayage style technique. But I ended up deciding to just bleach my roots. So yeah, here you can see that I am going and just bleaching the roots. And I did this from side to side and up my entire head.
Okay, so I just got all the bleach in. I feel like I just made my life a million times easier by doing it this way. I look like I just escaped an insane asylum. So when I rinse this out, I'm gonna wash it with some purple shampoo, and then you're gonna let it kind of, oh shit, I got it on the curtains. So here is my hair rinsed out. I'm pretty satisfied with the way it turned out, actually. I mean, there's some spots that are obviously a lot brighter, but the toner is going to blend that. I'm gonna apply it to my roots first because that is the yellowest part and needs to be toned the most. But it's probably gonna take the color really quickly. So this is probably not gonna be a long process. I'm probably not gonna have to leave it on very long. And I'm just gonna have to keep my eye on it as it turns. But yeah, all right, so I'll show you what I do. Okay, so I mixed it up and it's like this gray purple color. And I'm just gonna start going onto my roots. I'm not gonna use gloves because it's easier for me to just brush through it. Okay, it's turning really dark and I can see it turning kind of silver already, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the rest. I didn't even really have to go through and get every piece because as I was doing it, it was smushing onto each other and spreading that way. It's now the next day. I sound sicker. I look sicker, and now that my hair is gray, I look dead. This is the result. As you can see, there's a couple of spots that are still a little bit warm because I ran out of bleach. I used 2 packets on all my roots and got some of the pieces on the bottom, but some of the pieces in the middle are still a bit warm because I wasn't able to bleach them as bright as the rest, but you know what? I'm done. What I ended up doing was, like right after I showed you guys that it started turning really dark on the top, I got nervous and I put it on the bottom because I've seen online that some people, not specifically with this combination, but I've seen some people say that when they were trying to dye their hair gray, it ends up turning brown. And losing the level that I've had in my hair for the past 5 years is like one of my worst nightmares. So I took it, I just put it on the bottom and I like kind of rushed it a little bit. Since the bottom of my hair was already like the level that I needed it to be, it took the silver so fast. So then I was kind of like, well shit, the top doesn't look like it's done yet. But anyway, I rinsed it out. I put a little bit more of the toner, like the toner combination on the top and let that sit for a few more minutes. And then I shampooed out the bottom. And as you can see, it's pretty even. There's like a couple spots where it's not, but it's pretty silver and gray. So I'm really like pleased with it for the most part. I watched it as it was turning like a dark gray purple color. And then I rinsed it out. And what you do is like when the stuff is in, if you just smush it together, you can kind of see the hairs and like what color they're turning for the most part. I'm gonna go ahead and mix the purple dye together with my white conditioner and the purple. I'm gonna try to make it pretty vibrant just because I don't want it not to show. So I'll show you guys the color level that I end up making it and then me applying it. And I think you leave it on for about 30 minutes. You do it while it's dry. I'm doing it sort of like balayage style, but it's gonna look like an ombre in the end, so wish me luck. Okay, we are going to squeeze a shit ton of this in there because I would rather have too much than too little and have to worry about mixing it again because there's a risk that it won't come out the same color as it did the first time. All right, I'm taking a teaspoon because I don't want, if you use your mixing brush, there is a risk that some of the purple pigment alone that isn't mixed in with the white will get stuck in the mixing brush, and then when you put it on your hair, there's going to be like a really strong part of purple. So use a teaspoon and then just put a little bit at a time because it still ends up really vibrant. That's probably not enough, so I'm going to use a tiny bit more. And then you can just mix it with a mixing brush, and as you wish, you can put more. So we're gonna mix this bitch and make it pretty vibrant. It is this color, and we're just gonna begin. The best part about this stuff is it's a vegan dye, so it's not damaging at all. It doesn't last long, so if you want it to last longer, you definitely want to make it even more vibrant than this, because it's going to come out even lighter on my hair. So even if it doesn't come out as vibrant as you wanted to, you can do it again because it's literally conditioner and vegan dye.
So here you can see that I am using the balayage technique once again with the purple dye and kind of just brushing it on the bottom and using my fingers to smudge it and make it like an ombre closer to the top.
So this is how it came out, and it's not as vibrant as I wanted it, so I'm going to apply the purple again. And this is exactly why it's good for people to make videos like this, because then you know what to do when these situations happen. So I still have the dye left over. I'm gonna add more purple in. So the dye is in, and I have to pick up my friend from the airport. I don't know. We'll see.
This video clip was taken 2 days after I finished the hair process without washing it. So that is just to show you how much it fades on its own. So my suggestion is, if you guys are going to do this and you want it to stay, make it very vibrant. And in this last picture, this was 2 days later, I had obviously washed it in between, and it is basically back to straight blonde.